Alrighty, here we go. Make sure I got this all right. That there. All right. We are live. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Thank you so much. I already see some folks joining me from around the world: Dallas, Sweden, DC, Tanzania, Alaska. Awesome. I love it so much that we are able to come together from around the world and tap at the same time. Uh, this is sort of a last minute decision to do this tapping series. I've been doing the tag team tappings for some time now, where I get together with a tapping buddy of mine and doing that each week. And I have some scheduled early in next year, but none for the rest of the month. And it's like I really want to do some more live tapping. And just a fantastic way to finish out the year strong, allow ourselves, especially during a time when, well, it can be kind of stressful for a lot of us during the holidays. So, you know, what better way to deal with the stress than with tapping? I know there's a big trend I understand on TikTok or something, maybe it's Instagram, the cortisol cleanse. I meant to have the graphic here, but a number of studies have shown that tapping dramatically lowers cortisol. So if you're looking for a cortisol cleanse, right here at your fingertips, guys. And I'm right here on YouTube to guide you through it. But today we're doing it live. It is November 28th, Black Friday, and I will quickly mention this once. It's in the description box down below, but I'm also going to put it in the chat here. It is Black Friday. There is a Black Friday sale. That's not what this event is about. I'm only mentioning this once because 65% off a lot of my stuff. So don't want you to miss out on that. And as we're tapping through the holidays and looking for things to tap on, there's a lot of great material to tap with there. So there you go. Anyhow, so we're tapping down the days until New Year's, and I do have my annual New Year event coming up. So please register for that. There's going to be a prize giveaway for that as well. And I just put the link there in the chat, and it's in the description box down below. And so got that out of the way. Oh wait, put this in and also. I meant to put a thing here just real quick. I put a link there. It's tapwithbrad.com/success. If you also type in success beyond belief, I have a 5-day free program called Success Beyond Belief. So, in terms of tapping material, because so the idea for this tapping series, and hey, go ahead and start tapping already. Either collarbone or tapping through different points. We'll get going into some tapping rounds very, very soon. But go ahead and take advantage of this opportunity to just be clearing out cortisol, clearing out stress for the entire hour. So even when we're not doing a formal tapping round, you'll often see me during these presentations tapping the whole time because it's like, hey, this is a good time to just be clearing stuff out. And it's not like you're going to get too clear. It's like, oh no, I've cleared out all the stress and now I'm clearing out good stuff. No, don't worry about that. Not going to happen. Um, so I don't even remember what I was saying now, but that's okay. Here's proof that this is not pre-recorded and edited. We are, we're live here on Friday afternoon. And oh yeah, so at tapwithbrad.com/success or success beyond belief, I have two different free 5-day programs. One is called Success Beyond Belief. And it's like, oh wow, so much success. It's beyond belief. But also it's the success that's beyond your current level of beliefs. So it's helping you change your mind, changing your beliefs so that you have greater freedom to succeed. The other program is called uh, Tap into your best self. It's also the name of the live workshops that I do around the world. Tap into your best self. So, you know, got David back there always. Michelangelo said the statue's already there, perfect inside the marble. All I have to do is chip away what doesn't belong to reveal the masterpiece inside. And to me, that's a perfect metaphor for what we're doing with tapping. We're tapping away what no longer belongs to reveal that masterpiece that's already in there. So you're tapping into our best selves. So if you go to that successbeyondbelief.com or that link there, you'll get both of those free 5-day programs. So again, in terms of counting down the days of this year and looking for tapping material, and obviously I've got, well over 1,000 videos here on YouTube. But these programs, my online programs, the free ones and the other ones that you can purchase, are more structured to get more particular results. So using that, um, the part of what started the idea for this series was someone on my team said, "Oh, what if we did this countdown thing? And it's a countdown to Christmas, like an Advent calendar. So we'll call it a Bradvent calendar." And I thought, "Oh, it's very clever, but Advent is a sacred time, and I'm not going to appropriate that with my name." But the only so many tapping days till Christmas seemed like a fun idea. So that's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to be doing it live every Friday for the next 4 weeks, and doing it different times, so as to accommodate people in different time zones. Check that out at tapwithbrad.com/live. And yeah, but there's a bunch of you already here live right now from around the world. So let's get into it. So go ahead and quick question. What's the benefit of clearing out stress or cortisol? What if you live in a toxic? So cortisol is one of the hormones that's pumped when we're in that stressful situation. And so often our response to situations is exaggerated. It's more than it needs to be. So we're pumping that cortisol, which is really beneficial if we need to run fast to outrun a tiger. Not so helpful if we're not actually in a life-threatening situation. It has unfortunate results for our immune system, for our digestive system, for all kinds of things. So especially if we're in a difficult environment, you want to be lowering your cortisol as much as possible. So tapping helps. Hashtag tapping helps. Anyhow, let's get into some tapping. Go ahead, close your eyes, take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. And now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed, go ahead and feel your feet on the floor or whatever part of you is connected to something. Allow yourself to feel that connection. Allow yourself to feel centered and grounded. Allowing yourself to be right here, right now, as present as possible, so as to receive maximum benefit from this hour. And just following your breath through your body, just allow yourself to be aware of what's going on in there. And so let's do this. Go ahead and imagine a scale, and we're going to do a positive scale here where 10 is just feeling magnificent. Closing out 2025 on a really high note, feeling really great, excited about the holidays. And do not judge yourself harshly if the number is lower than you'd like it to be. If it's not a 10, that's okay. And if it is a 10, how do you get that all the way up to 11? But just allowing yourself to be aware of whatever it might be. And still with your eyes closed and feeling what goes on inside your body. Notice how your body responds, maybe even before your mind does. And finish the sentence, I'm not at a 10 because ... And just notice what kind of responses come up in terms of physical feelings, emotions, and any thoughts, beliefs, or memories that might contribute to that. And then, still feeling what goes on, say, I could feel that I was at a 10 if dot, dot, dot. And notice what might come up. And notice if there's some ideas that come up in terms of some actions that you could take that would move the needle towards a 10. What could you do in these last few weeks of 2025 to move the needle in the right direction so that you start 2026 in a really powerful way? And imagining taking those actions and notice where you might feel resistance, where you might feel doubt. Just allowing yourself to be aware of what might be going on in there. Take a deep breath, open your eyes, and let's get going. Even though I might not be at a 10 right now, I choose to love and accept myself. Real quick, for anyone who just happened upon this YouTube live and is going, what the heck is this guy doing? Check the information below this video in the description box to find out what EFT is, emotional freedom technique, tapping. And as you can read in the comments, it's life-changing. Several people talking about how this work has changed in their lives. So please check it out. Even though I might not be at a 10, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I might not be at a 10 yet. If 10 means magnificent and awesome, I might not be there right now. And even though I might not be at a 10 yet, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might be involved. All this stuff stopping me from being at a 10. All this stuff that keeps me from feeling that I'm at a 10. All this stuff that limits feeling magnificent. I choose to let that stuff go. Releasing it as completely as possible. Releasing it as quickly as possible. And loving myself even if it doesn't go as fast as I want. Because I choose to love and accept those parts of me. And even appreciate those parts of me that might be holding me down. Believing that that's necessary. I have all these reasons why I shouldn't or couldn't be at a 10. I might not be at a 10 because I can't let myself receive. And why not? Why can't I let myself receive? Why can't I let things get better and better? I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that have been convinced I shouldn't be at a 10, personally or professionally, physically or financially. All these reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't receive, even though I am receiving all the time. Because in every moment I am breathing. Every time I inhale, I receive oxygen. Part of me knows I need to receive. Part of me knows it's right to receive. But I've got all kinds of rules about that. Sure, I can receive oxygen, but I can't receive money. I can receive sunlight, but I can't receive help. It's all energy. It is good to both give and receive. In fact, it's necessary. So I choose to clear up any old confusion about what I can and cannot receive, setting myself free from these limiting beliefs, allowing myself to move the needle towards a 10, and maybe all the way up to 11, knowing that I'm worthy and deserving of that in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Close your eyes, go inside. Rate yourself again on that scale of 0 to 10. Do not judge yourself harshly if the number is still lower than you'd like it to be. Just allow yourself to see if there's more clarity there. Hopefully that number's come up, but also see if there's some more clarity about why you couldn't or shouldn't. And thank you for the suggestion, Lally, about the can't receive, because that's one we definitely want to clear. We're always receiving, so it's a matter of, well, what am I allowed to receive and where did I get those rules? And then go ahead and type in the comments, and I'll try to keep up with. I may not catch everything, but I'll try to pick up some because over these, the only agenda that I have over these next 4 weeks is making the Yuletide merry and bright, and finishing the year strong. So, but I don't have a particular set agenda. Obviously, I have. I always come from the standpoint that. Uh, you know, the extent to which you don't have what you say you want tends to be the extent to which you are resisting it. So, whatever it is that we want, going, okay, what might be in the way? We often think, oh, still tapping. We often think, I'm just not motivated enough. I call BS on that. You have motivation, you just also have resistance, and the resistance is outweighing the motivation. So we're here to clear the motivation, or clear the clear the resistance and reveal the motivation. Wanting to blame external circumstances, missed opportunities to make money. Um, oh, no time like the present. Past is past. Can't change it. No need to deny it or defend it. Um, ah, yes, get an extra dose about receiving being a woman. Being a woman, being this, that, or the other thing. There's all kinds of different things. And I'm not minimizing, far be it from me to minimize the experience that women have. But I'm just saying there's, for all of us, we have all of these reasons why why we couldn't or shouldn't receive. Not feeling safe. Miss my kids who are estranged. Yeah. Our son flew out to California for Thanksgiving yesterday or the day before, but because of certain things, we weren't able to go down and stay. It was so close and yet so far. But we'll see him at Christmas in a couple of weeks. So, um, about others causing the issues. Okay. Yeah. So anger didn't connect. I mean, my 20s. All right. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath. Got a bunch of ideas here. We'll see how they all play together. Princess Pinky. In terms of sticking to one video, I get this question a lot. There's no one right way for everyone. Some people will find it really beneficial to choose one video and to go through that a number of times. Other people will find it more beneficial to switch it up because everything's interrelated. And so sometimes tapping on a health video can free up something in terms of money issues. So experiment with yourself and see what feels right for you. And it may be different days. Sometimes you may want to just stick with one video, and sometimes you may want to switch it up. You won't get it wrong. So, but I can't tell you what the most effective way is, only because it's going to be different for different people, the way our minds work and the way whatever our beliefs are. So, um, so yeah, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and imagining yourself at a 10, whatever that looks like for you, in terms of your professional life, in terms of your physical health, in terms of your finances, in terms of your relationships. Imagine what that would look like at a 10. Um, in terms of your divine connection. Love was talking about connecting with the divine. And it's not, it's definitely not too late. Trust me. You're in your 40s, you're still a kid from my standpoint. So, and it was only in my early 40s that I really started to get the connection that I feel like I have now. Um, so, yeah. So allowing yourself to imagine what you imagine life at a 10 would look like. Your professional life, personal life, your spiritual life, whatever that looks like. And say, it's safe for me to have this. And let that rattle around inside. And notice on a scale of 0 to 10 how true it feels that it's safe for life to be at a 10. And I know some of you are going to say, oh, it's definitely at a 10. And unless your life is at a 10 already or definitely moving in that way, in that direction, I'm going to have you check again and just notice. There's a lot of things. Sometimes it's a feeling we don't deserve it. Sometimes it's a feeling that it's not possible. But ultimately, when we resist something, it's because it doesn't feel safe in some way. So allow yourself to be aware of how that feels in your body. And notice any thoughts, beliefs, or memories that come up as to why it might not be safe for you to now be at a 10. All right, go ahead and open your eyes. Even though I have a fair amount of resistance, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I have a fair amount of resistance, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I have a fair amount of resistance to being at a 10. And chances are, I have a fair amount of resistance to the idea that I have resistance. And I choose to clear up all this resistance. And even though I might have some resistance, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might be involved in this. Because I choose to feel that free. All this resistance, all this resistance in my body, all this resistance in my thoughts, all this resistance to things being better. And I might resist the idea that I have this resistance, which is brilliant. Because if it doesn't feel safe to be at a 10, then resisting the idea that I have resistance will keep me from clearing that resistance, and I get to stay safely in my comfort zone. Resisting the idea that I have any resistance allows me to safely avoid getting to a 10. And it's not that I'm bad or stupid. It is not that I am weak or lazy. It's just that I have a lot of old programming about why I couldn't or shouldn't be at a 10. All this old misinformation, mine or other people's, all these misunderstandings, telling me why I shouldn't be happier, so I shouldn't do things that lead to greater happiness. All these reasons why I shouldn't have more money, and so I shouldn't do things that lead to more money. And I should do things to get rid of money. All these old reasons about why I shouldn't be healthier, why it wouldn't be safe to be healthier, because of how people might behave towards me, expectations people might have of me, maybe I get more attention if I'm not healthy. All these reasons why I couldn't or shouldn't be healthier. And so I shouldn't do things to improve my health. Even if I have health issues that seem beyond my control, chances are there are some things I could do to improve my situation. There are things I could do to improve most situations in my life. I'm not lazy for not doing them. It's just that some part of me is resisting doing it. And I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that have somehow been convinced that it's not safe to move the needle. It's not safe to make things better. And I choose to clear up the confusion. I choose to release the misunderstandings. And part of me might say, but it's not anything that I can do because all of my problems are due to other people. My life would be at a 10 if it weren't for the boneheads all around me. My well-being in any area of my life is at the mercy of other people. And I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that tell me this is the case. Obviously, I'm influenced by other people. What other people are doing and saying and feeling, it affects me in different ways. I just choose to be open to the possibility that it doesn't have to completely control me. Or maybe at all. I have been taught to be controlled by other people, to let other people decide how I feel. And I choose to clear that. I choose to clear that at a cellular level. I choose to clear it all the way back through my past, back through all the times in my life that I somehow got the message that I was at the mercy of other people. And there were times in the past where I literally was at the mercy of other people. But is that the case right now? And even if it is to some extent, there are still things within my control. There's still a lot I can do to move the needle towards 10. And I might have some resistance to that idea. And I'm processing all of this, giving myself greater and greater freedom to reclaim my power, to take more control of my life, to feel the way I want to feel. And there's over 8 billion people on the planet. And maybe I've been hoping for something from one particular person. And I feel I can't be at a 10 until that person does what I want. And I choose to love and appreciate that part of me that says it has to be that person or these people, especially in terms of family. I choose to know that I am whole and complete, lacking nothing. I am connected to Source, and I can get what I need. There's over 8 billion people on the planet. If other people are necessary, they're available. And I honor those parts of me that want it to be a particular person because I have a lot of old programming about how and why it should be that person, especially if it's family. But that belief keeps me stuck. I'm giving myself permission to desire that, but I'm releasing the attachment. It would be really great if these people gave me what I wanted, but I choose to get to a 10 either way. I don't need them in order to get to a 10. And I'm allowing myself to process that idea, moving through any resistance to that idea. You don't understand, Brad. It's got to be these people. And I'm processing all of this. These parts of me that insist on feeling bad about certain things. Maybe that'll get these people to come around. I'm clearing all this resistance to being at a 10. Whatever reasons I might have, I choose to love and appreciate those parts of me that believe these are real reasons for staying stuck. I'm allowing myself to see where I have some wiggle room so that I can give myself greater freedom to feel really good. And I choose to love myself in the process, in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Let it go. Take a deep breath and go inside. Close your eyes. Just let that rattle around inside. Just notice what might be coming up. And feel free to share comments in the chat box. See what's going on in there. And I'm going to share another quote here in terms of making the holidays merry and bright. You know, to make things brighter, we need to be the light. And you know, we're getting to the darkest part of the year, and there's a lot of darkness out there at the moment, and we can get sucked into that. And we may feel like we have to, like we should get into that darkness. But as Dr. King said, darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. I love this quote so much. And it's one that I have to keep reminding myself because, you know, I sometimes hear things. Sometimes I'm aware of the news and I get angry. And, I want to push anger in that direction. And it's like, nope, 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 nope. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate cannot drive out hate. Only love can do that. So on a regular basis, and as part of my morning routine, is clearing out what isn't light, clearing out what isn't love, clearing out what isn't peace. Every morning, taken from the prayer of Saint Francis about being an instrument of peace. Uh, every morning, try to clear out anything that isn't peace and love, and then I say, "Thank you for making me an instrument of your peace. Thank you for making me a channel of your love." And I try to clear out anything that isn't that. And I can't, I can't get angry enough at people to have them be more reasonable. I gotta love the hate right out of them if that's where they're at. So afraid to want what I want. Interesting, Maria. And so always begging asking the question, why? So close your eyes, take a deep breath, and be aware of what fear you might have inside. It's a classic classic personal development thing of what would you do if you had no fear? But it's really, it's a classic for a reason. So thinking about, you know, what life at a 10 might look like, what would you allow yourself to want? What would you put on your vision board? What actions would you take? Recently realized that I don't feel like I belong to anything or anyone. No clients in my biz, hiding myself. And if you hide yourself, it's going to be very hard to get the clients. So love asking yourself. So everyone with your eyes closed. So Maureen, fear of wanting. What are you afraid of? Why are you afraid to want what you want? Love, why are you afraid to be seen? Why are you afraid to feel that you belong? Because you do. No, no one's here by accident. No one here is a mistake. Um, so asking yourself, on a how on a scale of 0 to 10, how much fear do you have of being seen? How much fear do you have of wanting what you want? How much fear do you have of taking action? Um, in terms of money, how much fear do you have of having money? Uh, you know, and in terms of the money thing, going back to what I was saying about there's 8 billion people on the planet and not relying on one. So I did a big project a couple months ago, and still waiting to be paid for that. And but saying, okay, the universe has enough money out there that I'm not dependent upon that person paying. I expect to be paid, you know, clearing any resistance that might be on my part to being paid, but also recognizing I'm not dependent upon that person. My life is not, my financial well-being is not dependent upon one particular person. So allowing yourself to look at where might fear stop me from allowing things to get better, from allowing me to have the resources. Why might I be afraid to be seen? Why might I be afraid to want what I want? Whatever it might be, just allowing yourself to be aware of that. Take a deep breath, open your eyes. It's been said many times that, ultimately it comes down to there's love and there's fear. What doesn't feel like love tends to be fear. So, all of the uncomfortable emotions, anger, sadness, all of these things have fear at the root of them. So allowing yourself to be aware of where you might have that. Yeah, SB Connors. Whenever I ask people to say, what action could you take to move the needle towards a 10? And imagine yourself taking that action. And I'm always saying, okay, now is it about the action or is it about getting the results? Because it's usually one of the, it's like, I want the result, but I don't like the action I have to take. And maybe I don't mind the action so much, but I'm resisting it because it doesn't feel safe to get the result. So, I'm looking at that idea. And Anya, yeah, letting go of the idea of being a victim. And I have, hopefully you've checked, I have at least one video about that. I think it's called Playing the Victim. And it's not a great title because it gives the idea that, oh, yes, I'm choosing to be a victim. At some level, though, to some extent, and there are definitely times where we are victimized and where we have been victimized and where people are victimized in very real ways. But there is also, so it's not saying it's, all that. But if we look at that and say, then, oh, we can't even use the word victim, then we allow ourselves to stay stuck in those times where we do have more freedom. So let's do a quick run. I'm gonna close out with a guided imagery like I always do on these live events. But I'm gonna do one more quick round here, and then we'll do the guided imagery. And if you have some place you have to be at the top of the hour, then uh, you know, come back and watch the replay. So, but let's do this quick round here. An hour is never enough time. Even though I'm feeling some fear, I choose to love and accept myself. Even though I'm feeling some fear, I choose to love and honor myself. Even though I'm feeling some fear about wanting what I want, fear about taking the actions to get it, fear that I don't have what I need in terms of people or resources. Even though I feel all this fear, I choose to deeply and completely love, honor, and accept myself. And maybe anyone else who might be involved, because I choose to feel that free. All this fear, all this fear in my body, all these fears that I've been holding on to, because I'm afraid not to. I'm afraid of letting go of these fears because some part of me says, hey, I'm still here. So apparently these fears are working for me. These fears are keeping me alive, if only just barely. Fears of having more money are keeping me from living at the level I'd like. Fears of being seen are limiting my lifestyle, but also limiting my impact because I am a gift to be shared. And I choose to clear any doubts about that, clearing those at a cellular level and all the way back through my past, back through all the times in my life where I may have somehow gotten the message that I was not a gift and that I didn't have anything of value to offer. Total misunderstanding, mine or someone else's. But I am not here by accident. I was not a mistake. Even if my parents weren't clear about that, the creator, however I imagine the creator, wanted me here. And I'm worthy and deserving. I'm a magnificent child of the universe, worthy and deserving of the best this world has to offer. So why not want what I want? Maybe I'm afraid of being disappointed. If I don't name what I want, then I'll be less disappointed if I don't get it. Yeah, right. It's like sitting on Santa's lap and not telling him what I want for fear that he won't give it to me. But how can I be given what I don't name? But I'm clearing the attachment. I can tell Santa I want this and that and the other thing, but I'm clearing my attachment. I'm clearing my need to be to be disappointed. Here's what I'd like to have, but just like the Who's down in Whoville, I can I can still sing even if there's nothing under the tree. My well-being isn't attached to what I receive. So I'm clearing my fear of wanting things. And then I have greater energy to go for what I want. I'm clearing these fears. I love and appreciate those parts of me that have held on to these fears, believing they were necessary. I choose to be open to the possibility that even if they were helpful at a certain time, that time is past. I'm releasing what doesn't feel like peace. I'm releasing what doesn't feel like love. I'm releasing the darkness to reveal the light. And I'm shining that light. And I'm spreading that peace and love in body, mind, and spirit. Take a deep breath. Hopefully, feeling more light. Yeah, Gara. Uh, so yeah, I'm going to be doing this every Friday up until the 19th, the Friday before Christmas. Doing it at different times, so as to go ahead and keep tapping here. So as to be able to reach people in different time zones. Because if I do it at 1 o'clock, I always tend to do 1 p.m. Pacific because it's not too terribly late for people in Europe and not too terribly early for at least some people in Australia. And I know I've got a lot of folks uh, who follow my work in those areas. So I tend to do it at 1 p.m., but I'm going to do it at different times. So it's next week, it's going to be at 6 p.m. Pacific. Then the following week back at 1 p.m. And then the week after that at 7 a.m. Um, and so again, check that out at uh, tapwithbrad.com/live. Putting that in the chat box here. Um, so go check that out. Again, so we're do the guided imagery in just a moment. Hopefully, I know it's the top of the hour if you have to go someplace. Totally understand. Hopefully, you'll come back and watch the replay to watch the guided imagery because I think these things can be so beneficial. Um, Go to tavbrad.com/success to get the free 5 day programs so that you know where it's only 27 more tapping days till Christmas. I'm only doing the live tappings on Friday, but for you to have plenty of material to tap with in during the week. In the meantime, definitely go and check out those programs. And again, I'll just put that in there, the Black Friday sale. There's lots of great programs for 65% off to give you plenty of tapping material for as we get towards the new year. And definitely join me for the New Year's event. It's free. That's free as well. So, but definitely, if you can at all possible, join me. It'll be 1 p.m. Pacific on New Year's Day. If you can be there live, it's gonna be a really powerful way to start the new year. Totally understand if you have to do it as a replay. Um, but check that out. And if you haven't already subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that right now. Right below here, click the subscribe button. The more subscribers I have, the bigger the channel grows, the more YouTube pushes it out there. And I just really want, I want to get the whole world tapping because tapping clears out the darkness. and allows us to find the light and then spread the light. And I am so grateful to all of you um, for contributing to that. A whole bunch of us right now around the world live, clearing out the darkness and enhancing the light, making the holidays more merry and bright. I I just love it so much. Success Beyond Belief. Yeah, that program is indefinitely available. But don't wait. Get it right now. Why not? Why not? Yeah. Thank you, love. Let's get me to a million. Let's get me to 10 million subscribers. 100 million. Um, no limits. No limits. Not just for my sake, but just imagine the whole world clearing out cortisol, clearing out stress, not making decisions from fear, but making decisions from love. Holy cow. And that's why I do what I do. So thank you for doing this. All right. So let's close out with some guided imagery. Um, and again, the links are check out the links that I put in the chat box. Check out the links that are down below in the description box. Please subscribe and get yourself comfortable. Close your eyes. Take a deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Another deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. A third deep breath in and hold it, and let it go. Now, just breathing comfortably with your eyes closed. Breathing comfortably, and just imagine that with each breath you take in, you breathe in relaxation and positive energy. Go ahead and imagine a healing light of whatever color you like surrounding your body, so that with each breath you take in, your lungs comfortably draw in that healing light, allowing it to flow through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Imagine a healing shower flowing down, crystal clear water that's a perfect temperature as it flows over the top of your head, soothing and relaxing your scalp, washing away fear, doubt, anxiety, washing away anger, sadness, guilt, shame, washing away pain, frustration, disappointment, embarrassment, washing these away to reveal the light that you truly are. This unique expression of divine light and love, allowing more and more of that light to be revealed as that healing shower flows over your forehead, relaxing the muscles in your face, flowing down over the back of your head, your neck, your shoulders, washing away tension, leaving your shoulders calm, comfortable, and relaxed. That healing shower flowing down your arms, all the way down over your fingertips, down over your chest and your stomach, soothing and relaxing, healing and cleansing, and allowing yourself to remain comfortably in whatever position you choose. Allow that healing shower to flow down over your upper and lower back. And as your torso relaxes, your internal organs comfortably do whatever they need to do to achieve and maintain your optimal level of health and well-being in body, mind, and spirit. As that healing shower continues down over your body, down over your hips and your thighs, over your knees, down your lower legs, through your ankles, into your feet, and finally that relaxation flows over your toes as you allow yourself to relax twice as much, going at least twice as deep with each number as I count backwards: 5, drifting down to 4, floating down to 3, 2, 1, and 0 is deep sleep. Deeper, deeper. Five, four, three, two, one. And zero is deep sleep. And in this calm, comfortable state of mind and body, go ahead and imagine yourself in some really beautiful place in nature. Some place where you allow yourself to be present to the beauty, the magnificence, the abundance of creation. Some place where you allow yourself to remember that it's here for you as much as anyone else. You want to see the beach? Allow yourself to be at the beach. You want to see a nighttime sky filled with stars? Allow yourself to see that. It is here for you as much as anyone else. And even right now, with each breath you take, every time you inhale, you ask the universe for oxygen, and the universe tells you, yes, you are worthy and deserving of this. And notice that you receive it. Allow yourself to feel a sense of gratitude right now for the breath that you're breathing in. Acknowledging that you are asking and receiving right now in this moment. Take a big, deep breath in and hold it. And let it go. And still allowing yourself to be in a very beautiful place, just looking around and seeing the beauty and abundance. And notice that in this moment, right then, when you took a deeper breath, you asked the universe for more. Absolutely, literally made a request for more. And allow yourself to gratefully acknowledge that you received more. The universe didn't say, no, don't bother breathing more deeply because you're only going to get the same little amount of oxygen. Don't ask for too much. No, the universe said, fine, here you go. Here's more oxygen. Allowing yourself to acknowledge that. This evidence that you are worthy and deserving of more. And that's between you and the universe, God, creator, source, however you choose to see that. Allowing yourself to greatly acknowledge your connection to source. Knowing that the past is past. So if you have not always had as rich a connection to source as you would like, allow yourself to know that it's not too late. Allow yourself to be right here, right now. And from this moment on, you have one direction in life, and that is always forward. Forward into an ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. Allowing yourself to feel more light and love and joy and peace so that you can share that with others. And you can always keep plenty for yourself as well. Allowing yourself to feel as good as possible. Imagine that there's beautiful light all around. And with each breath you take in, you breathe in that light and it fills you and it expands and you just radiate light out. Making your holidays brighter, making the holidays brighter for other people. Win-win situation. Just allowing that light to grow as we go even deeper now. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And 0 is deep sleep. In a moment, I'll count you back out from 0 up to 5. 5 will be wide awake, alert, focused, and energetic, feeling much better than before. feeling much greater connection to source, feeling connected to endless resources, feeling worthy and deserving of receiving all that you want and need, while also giving yourself permission to do so without attachment so that you can feel good even when things don't show up as quickly as you might want. Giving yourself permission to really feel good. Tonight, when you choose to go to sleep, don't be surprised when you fall asleep quickly, soundly, deeply, and sleep very well through the night. During the night, you'll dream. The more you dream, the stronger you become. I'm going to ask your unconscious mind to allow at least one of your dreams to be a very healing dream. Continuing this healing process in body, mind, and spirit so that in the morning, at the time you've chosen to wake up, you wake up easily, feeling refreshed, energetic, and ready to start the day again, powerfully moving forward into an ever more joyful experience of an ever greater abundance of health, wealth, happiness, and love, which are your birthright and which benefit others. Now I go back down to zero, which is always deep sleep, allowing your mind, body, and spirit to digest all these positive thoughts and images, taking them in at a very deep level, so that these positive changes occur easily, effortlessly, and naturally. Coming up to one, feeling physically relaxed. Two, feeling emotionally calm and confident. Three, health and well being, enthusiasm, love, joy, and gratitude flowing through every muscle, nerve, fiber, tissue, cell, and atom of your body. Four, becoming more and more alert and aware of your surroundings. And five is eyes open, wide awake. One, two, three, four, five, eyes open, wide awake. One, two, three, four, five, eyes open, wide, wide awake. And welcome back. Thank you so much for joining me. I'm really really glad that I chose to do this. I love what I do so much. I hope that's obvious. And having you guys all here just makes it so much more wonderful. Even if you're watching the replay, um, I just put in the chat box again the link tapwithbrad.com/live to find out the dates and links for the upcoming uh, calls over the next 3 weeks up until the 19th. And uh, ciao, Noid, in Roma. I was in Roma earlier this year. Love it there. Love the Eternal City. Um, and all the bits and pieces of my friend Michelangelo that are still there. Um, as well as Florence, of course. So yeah. Um, And again, put in the chat and in the description box below are the links for the success beyond belief and tap into your best self so that in the days between these live calls, you have plenty of stuff to tap. Obviously, on YouTube, there's plenty of stuff, but these programs are a great way to do it. So check out these free 5-day programs, Success Beyond Belief, Tap into Your Best Self. Um, and have a whole bunch of other programs on sale this weekend, the Black Friday sale. Um, but and please and thank you, join me for the be sure to sign up for the New Year's thing. Uh, and when you register for that, it's a free event. Register for the free event, and also puts you on the list to get because there can be a prize drawing including some really great programs, but also I'll be giving away a free session. So there's that. So check that out. And yeah. And again, if you haven't already, subscribe, please, please, and tell your friends. Get your friends tapping and ask them to subscribe. Get us to over 1 million subscribers. Um, real one. Thank you. Yeah. Enjoy the dragon one. That one was fun. Um, yeah. Use this. Life happens, tapping helps. Clear out the darkness and be the light. Please and thank you. So grateful for you guys, and I look forward to tapping with you again soon. Love you. Have a great weekend. Take care.